This week we'll be going over all of the collectible implants in the Callisto protocol that will go for the Grim Reaper achievement. There are going to be 43 of these scattered throughout the game on all the chapters, and some of them are a little bit hard to find. But with this guide you should have no issues, and now let's get to hunting. In Chapter 1 Cargo, we only have one. This one will be right as you're able to start moving around. Enter the first room on the left and it'll be sitting in this locker. For referencing, if you have these implants after you grab them, you can always go into your menu here in the data BIOS and check if you have those registered. Then for Chapter 2, we'll have 3 implants to grab. Number 2 will be inside of Surgery M112. After you go past the patrolling robot, you'll be able to grab this one in this corner, near where you grab a fuse. Number 3 will be after you return to the prison cells inside of Elias's cell. Number 4 is going to be right after the cutscene with Captain Varys at the end of the chapter. It'll be sitting here on this table. Then for Chapter 3, we'll have 8 implants to grab. Number 5 will be after the first spitter enemy. You'll go into this area and you'll need to find a guard's corpse in order to get through a door. Right over here by this broken down robot, you can grab this one. Once you have that one, you can unlock the door to Laundry B202. Go through the door to the right here and it'll take you over to Office B112 where Implant 6 will be. Number 7 is going to be in the first of the secret rooms. You're going to go back to the laundry room and this time go down to the left side. Keep going through here until you finally reach this meeting room, I guess? And it'll be sitting on this table up here. Number 8 will be after you go back up the ladder and then you can go through Maintenance B414 and then into Medical Ward C101. And this corpse will be here on the floor. Then number 9 will be a little bit later on after you get the GRP glove. You'll end up going into this room of hanging bodies and this one will be here on the ground. Number 10 is after you crash down in an elevator. You're going to need to go around this right side and over to where this spinning fan is to find this body. Number 11 will be after you go across the big gondola and fight these spitters. Then just go inside and climb up to where the fuse switches are to find this corpse. A while later, you'll end up opening a prison cell, and for number 12, you can get that after Daddy throws you into that cell. Just look right here to pick it up. Moving on to Chapter 4, we're going to have another 7 implants to grab. Number 13 is going to be after you start going through sludge. You'll end up eventually getting to where you can find the door to Purification BH207, and this one will be right up here on this platform area next to it. Number 14 will be shortly after the last implant. Just go through the vent opening to the left of the door, and in here you'll have a couple of fuses to move around. Next to one of those switches, you'll find this implant. For number 15, you'll eventually come to another fuse swapping room. Do that and go through here to find the option to go past Water Control H262, and instead go straight through to Storage Hall H239, where this one will be on the right side of the room. Then for number 16, you'll have to get a code from a guard to get through the door. This one is required for the story, so you can't miss it. Again, for number 17, this is going to be from a guard's code that you have to pick up for the story. You'll drop out of a vent down here and they'll be laying here on the ground. But before you pick that up, make a save because this area is extremely buggy. So you'll want to pick this one up and then try to make sure that you do not die. You can pull up your data BIOS, go to Habitat, and see that Bill Pichello is registered there. You're going to want to double check this if you die and respawn or if you have any other issues. Plus, before you leave the area, just to make sure that you actually get it and can continue on. Now before we continue, number 18 is still going to be in that glitchy area. Before you use the console to leave, you want to head through Botanical H264, and at the end of the area, squeeze through this gap. In here, you can find this one on this crate. Again, you'll want to double check that you have both this one and number 17 before heading back to the console and leaving the area. Now, if you die, you'll likely lose both of them and have to reload a save back to before you picked up the first one. There's also a chance that you're going to have it just glitch for number 18, where it just decides to disappear like it did for me. So if that happens, you're of course going to need to reload. Then once you've triple checked that both number 17 and number 18 are registered under Habitat, we can use the console to continue on. Now, if you made it this far, you've probably liked the guide up to this point. So I'll do the YouTuber thing and ask that you like the video, subscribe, and comment down below to let me know that you've made it this far. And if you want to go a step further, hit the join button below the video to join the member club for as little as 99 cents to help fund future video production. Now, let's get back into it. Number 19 will be a little bit later on once you get to this utility hatch area, but before going down, you'll want to head over to the left side of this building, go through a door, and this one will be down here. Now we can go on to chapter 5, where we have another 8 implants. Number 20 will be after the scene with Elias and Danny out in the snow. You'll then be able to go through a gate and then go straight through to the small building straight ahead to find this one on a shelf. Number 21 will be another automatic one. You're going to go through a big fight out in the snow, and eventually doors will open where you can go in to find this corpse and grab his implant. Number 22 is going to be after you crawl through some debris in the tunnels. Once you have the option to either go left or right, you're going to go left to find this one. Number 23 will be after a cutscene with Danny where she gives you the riot gun, and you'll go upstairs to grab this one from behind a table. Number 24 is a while later once you're in the power station. You'll have a corpse stuck in this spinning blade contraption thing, and you can pick this one up from them. Number 25 is going to be after you head out with Danny over to your crashed spaceship. In here, you'll go through to the second room on your left to grab this one. Then number 26 will be after you leave that area and squeeze through a door with Danny. Go over to the right inside of the vehicle for this one. Number 27 is going to be in the room you go into with Danny with many half-functioning robots. Go over to the right side to find this one sitting here. Moving on to chapter 6, we only have 5 implants to grab. Number 28 will be after you free yourself from hanging upside down. Just go down the path until you get here and it'll be sitting on this table. Number 29 will be a little bit later on. You're going to end up coming into this room with a snake enemy and then 5 regular blind ones. After you kill all of them, you can go through to this left side to grab this implant. Number 30 is going to be after you use the keycard to enter the power tunnels. At the first split, don't go downhill, but go the other way to find this one. Number 31 will be the second secret room and is fairly hard to find. After you have a spitter and some enemies crawling on the ground, you're going to go through a gap and then up a ladder. After the ladder, straight ahead, you can squeeze between some rocks. Go ahead and go through there instead of going over to the power reactor, and then keep going through the path. I'll show a sped up version of the path for the most part, since you might get a little lost down here in the dark, but eventually you should reach another secret room very similar to the first one we found earlier on. Down here, you're going to get this implant off of this table. Number 32 will be after your first encounter with the 2-head enemy. Go down off the platform once it stops, and you can grab this one from on this corpse. Now we'll move on to chapter 7, where we have another 7 implants. Number 33 will be at the beginning of this chapter, right here. Then number 34 will be after a scene with Danny on the radio asking you to meet her at the tower. Just go into this next room here and it'll be sitting on the shelf. Number 35 will be after climbing up this ladder after the blind enemies. Just go into that first door on the right that shows to be unlocked to find this one. Number 36 will be after going up the elevator. It's going to be right here in front of you as you come out of it. Number 37 will be right after the last one. You'll go up to the rooftops and then go into the first house on the right to find this one where you also get the gate fuse. Number 38 is going to be after using the fuse to open the gate. You'll find this one near the crafting station right over here. And then number 39 will be way later on after you fight Captain Ferris for a bit. You'll end up going with Danny, and after you get off the platform, this one will be on a box to your right. Moving on to the last chapter, Chapter 8, we have the final 4 implants. Number 40 is after you kill another 2 head in the server room, you'll open a fuse door and then go to the left to find this one at the end of the hallway. Number 41 will be in the psych ward a bit later. After you crawl through a vent to grab a fuse, you'll have to go to these block stairs where you can find this one. Number 42 will be after another 2-head fight. You'll end up finally going on to the area where Dr. Mailer is, and once you go through the area here, you're gonna go to the right to grab this one. The Grim Reaper achievement should actually pop up here, but we do technically have one more implant to grab. So after you go up the elevator with Danny, you can go over here to this area to grab this one from on this side. And with that, we have all of the collectible implants needed for the Grim Reaper achievement in the Callisto Protocol. Now be sure to check out my playlist for my other Callisto Protocol achievement guides or whichever one of my videos YouTube recommends.